don't you? Brings out the high school kid in me.
You make it sound like we've never met before.
Well, we've met, we've talked, but this is a little different.
It doesn't have to be.
I'd like it to be. Look, our table isn't going to be ready for another half hour. Why don't we sit here? I would just like to show you a terrific time tonight.
Well, I'm having a terrific time. Being with you is the best time I've had since I came to town.
Yeah, we have had our moments, haven't we?
Starting with the first moment that we met. I was barely off the plane and you were rescuing my bags from a thief.
Well, that's true, but to be honest with you, I'm not really cut out for hero material. I kind of like the quiet life.
You know something? So do I.
Oh, come on. Your life's full of adventure. You've lived all over the world. You've been a designer and a dancer.
Yes, I know. I'm also my father's daughter. I'm a born rancher. I'm used to being up at the crack of dawn, riding the horses, overlooking livestock, coming back and going to bed very early, listening to the nightingales in the trees.
They have nightingales in Argentina, too?
You know, Argentina and Texas aren't so very different.
If you loved it so much, why did you leave it all behind?
Well, when my father died, the government seized our ranch.
Well, you couldn't have found another ranch?
Yes, I probably could. Maybe I will. But what about you? You left a ranch in Texas. Do you ever think about going back?
Yeah, not a day passes when I don't think about getting a nice piece of land and starting all over. Well, who knows? Maybe someday we'll both find our true loves again, huh?
Yes.
Oh, no, now I said something wrong.
No.
Gabrielle, there's something that you're not telling me. You have not stayed here in Landview just because it's hard to go home.
Steve, could we change the subject?
Look, you say that I'm your friend. Why don't you trust me? If you're in some kind of trouble, I would love to help you out.
Steve.
Look, okay, I said I'm not hero material, but Gabrielle, in your case, I would love to make an exception. Now, please, what is it? What is wrong?
Yeah, Max, call for you. Max Holden? Yeah, Lee, were you successful? Great, there'll be plenty of time. No, I am not telling you, so quit asking the questions, all right? Yeah, we'll get together later. To celebrate, hopefully, huh? Bye-bye. Oh, yes. Our plot is in motion.
And you're grinning like a little boy on Christmas Day.
Anytime I find a fortune, I reckon it's Christmas in August, huh? Guess what? Charles Sanders is out of town till tomorrow, and Elizabeth Sanders is about to leave the mansion any moment now.
And then what?
Well, being the smart boy that I am, I contacted the architectural firm that did the renovations in 1983 when your father was in Landview. And I told them I just had to have a house exactly like the Sanders mansion. And they showed me the plans.
But how are you going to get in the house? And how are you going to know where to look for the money?
Well, the architect told me that most of the renovations took place in the foyer and the living room. And on the date your father had inscribed on the watch, they happened to be reconstructing columns in the foyer at the time.
And that's where you believe the money's hidden?
It's my best guess, and if not, well, then I'll just have...
And if not, you'll just plant a bomb and wait for it to go off, right?
Do I note a touch of sarcasm in your voice here?
Max, this is so crazy, and it is really beginning to upset me. Your main concern used to be for my safety and capturing Rolo Fernandez. That is, of course, if he really was a partner with my father.
He was, and you know that.
Well, now the fortune is your main concern. And while you're off digging for this hidden treasure, Rolo could stick a gun in my ribs and take me hostage, couldn't he? But, oh, who cares, as long as you find the money.
Look, if I really thought you were in danger, I would do something, okay?
Like what?
Look, it was your idea not to involve the police in the first place. You changed your mind, fine. Go ahead, tell them. Just do me a favor. Don't tell them about the money or about the Sanders mansion, okay?
Right. And we'll just consider this money, that's if you should find it, rendered payment for services of security.
Fine. You want to turn your back on this? Go right ahead. I'm not going to argue about this anymore. I just hope your self-righteousness keeps you in bus tokens and feeds you and clothes you.
I am so disappointed in your values of life.
You want to know something? I don't care anymore. Let me straighten you out on a point here. From the very beginning back in Buenos Aires, you had this image of me. You had this fantasy of what Max Holden was. Well, let me tell you something. I am not that fantasy. You were disappointed in me because I can't live up to it. You wanted me to play this Romeo, returning to Argentina, madly in love with you, live with you forever. And now I'm in trouble because I don't want the authorities getting their hands on your crook father's money. I'm sorry I hurt you, but I can't take being accused of hurting you anymore. Look, if you just wouldn't have these expectations of me, then you wouldn't be hurt, would you?
Yes, that's right. Fine, I will. Thank you for the lecture, Max. Because I am tired of being disillusioned and played for the fool, as you are.
Gabby, I like you. We should be good friends, but I can't change who I am. Not for you, not for anybody.
And does that include Tina?
She doesn't ask me to.
Fine. I will be in my room. You can let me know what happens. If you're not in jail, of course.
Mr. Holden. Oh, Lou, basement safe now?
Well, not yet. Just don't let your staff down there for about 2 hours.
All right. Now, while you're doing that exterminating, you go over my proposal?
Yeah, and I decided you're a real nutcase.
Lou, you got me all wrong here. Come on. It's just a practical joke. I got a great sense of humor. Come on.
I don't know.
Lou, tell you what. I'll double the original price. I'll have it back here within a few hours.
All right. I know when to cave into a fast talker. But you screw me up, and I will personally round up every termite, earwig, cricket, ant, and roach in Landview.
And shut down the Holden Towers. Yeah, I got it, and you got it, pal. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, bro?
Ask you a question?
Not right now. I got no time.
Oh, hey, just a second.
I'll meet you by the elevator, all right? Thanks, Lou. Yes?
Why are you paying the exterminator in cash? It's a deductible business expense.
It has nothing to do with the hotel. He's doing me a personal favor, so it is not deductible, all right? I'll see you later. Oh, and, much wealthier, I might add.
Gabrielle.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Do you know if Max has left yet?
No, I didn't think he was going anywhere. Last time I saw him, he got on the elevator with the exterminator. What, do you want me to find him?
I'm not sure. I doubt it would help anyway.
Am I supposed to understand that? Here comes that mysterious look again.
Could we go over there and talk? Steve, I think it's time that this mystery end for you. And I'm afraid that your brother's going to do something terribly foolish. I'm also worried that he's going to get hurt or arrested. Now, I know he deserves to get both, but...
You're talking about the money that he thinks that your father hid here in Landview.
Yes, but how did you know?
He told me just yesterday. And as he was leaving, he made some crack about being wealthier when he gets back.
I know. He's convinced that the money's hidden somewhere in the foyer of the Sanders mansion, but he hasn't told me how he's going to find it.
And what about the Sanders family and the servants? What, does he expect to go in at gunpoint?
I don't know. God, as much as I hate him, I worry about him.
Hate him?
You know, I didn't mean that. Steve, is there something that we should be doing?
No. I think that we should let Max play his hand.
Mr. Fernandez, how are you?
Miss LeBac, what a happy coincidence. How nice to see you again.
Yes, and you too.
Well, if you're free, let me buy you a drink, eh?
Thank you. I do have some new information. My source at the Hall of Records in Buenos Aires did indeed find a birth certificate for Al Roberts. Gabrielle Medina was listed as the witness to the birth.
So the baby that Carmen mentioned did belong to Tina Roberts, huh? Well, that probably doesn't matter now. Listen, Max and Gabrielle have been huddling a lot more than usual lately, smiling a lot. I have the distinct feeling they're about to make the move that could lead us to Dante's fortune.
Well, if we're so close to that money, why are we sitting here?
Well, how the hell am I supposed to tell you before I even see you? Got to follow them. I can't do it.
All right, I'll go get my car and tail him when he leaves.
Chantal, if he ends this treasure hunt, you call me. I'll finish the rest. I'll just kill him. We could be on a plane to Argentina tonight with a fortune in our arms.
Holden Towers Lounge. Just a moment. Mr. Fernandez, it's for you.
Thank you. Rolo Fernandez here.
Rolo, it's Chantal. You were right, apparently. I caught Max Holden coming out of the hotel dressed in an exterminator's uniform. He almost fooled me, but luckily I realized...
Okay. What's happening now?
The man handed over the keys to the company truck, and Max drove off in it. I followed, and guess where they went? The Sanders mansion at 1400 Hillside.
Jamie Sanders' old place.
That's right. As I drove to a phone, he was knocking on the front door, obviously pretending he's an exterminator to get inside.
Okay, I'll take over. I'm on my way.
Afternoon. It's evening. What may I do for you?
I'm here as scheduled.
Scheduled?
You Mr. Sanders?
I am the butler.
They make you dress like that just to answer the doorbell?
What is it you want?
Oh, yeah, I'm Swat Johnson, Beat a Bug. Yeah, I'm here. I got this call. I got you on the list for 545.
What list? We never called an exterminating company.
No? Well, it's right here. I got Elizabeth Sanders here. She called and she wants me to come. She demanded today, as a matter of fact.
No, this makes no sense. Mrs. Sanders has never dialed an exterminating company in her life. Now, look here.
No, now you look here, buddy. I don't know what kind of manners your mama taught you, but where I come from, just because you wear this fancy-dancy monkey suit don't make you any better than I am. I just want you to know that it takes brains and training to keep the bug and vermin population of this location at bay.
Would you watch what you're doing with that thing?
Listen here. I want you to know something, buddy. I want this Elizabeth Sanders. I want it right now. Straight now. I want to straighten this out. See, I'm here, she called, and I'm not leaving until I get this job straight.
Madam is not here at present.
Yeah, well, Madam's going to be mighty ticked off when she finds out her butler sent away Swat Johnson of Beat a Bug. Let me tell you, and tomorrow when I come back, not only am I going to charge you double, but by the time I get back to this entire house, it's going to be ravaged by termites.
I beg your pardon?
What's the matter? Don't you talk to the neighbors or something? Don't you dish with the local servants? Every hoity-toity place in this entire area is infested with termites.
Oh, don't you mean termite?
No, I mean termites.
Oh, what is a termite? The female species, perhaps?
No, a termite is a new and deadly cousin of the termite, spawned from years of conventional insecticide usage. Let me tell you something, buddy. There's no longer bang zoom to the moon Alice with this bugger. It's immune. You follow me?
Oh, raptly, but I mean, hoping for the point.
The point here is that while you may have been checked out for termites, this place is probably being ravaged with termites as we speak. Now, Mrs. Sanders, she probably, I assume, got our flyer in the mail explaining the voracious appetites of these creatures. Now, she probably called us up, made an appointment, didn't tell you about it. Either that or she talked to a local neighbor who explained how this entire area is being infested with these termites because of the local proximity of the lake. They do like to breed in damp areas.
Well, how long will all this take?
Well, let's see. If I got a spray and if I find a nest, I figure this place will take about, a little bit more than an hour. Of course, if I don't find any, well, hold, let me take a look at this here. What have we got? Oh, hey. I can tell this is new wood here. They just love this stuff. It's so tasty. Look. Oh, look, I know it. Look. Take a look at that crack. Huh.
Just barely see it.
Yeah, you're lucky. They just got started. Now, come on. I want you to clear out this foyer. I got some spraying to do here. Now, this stuff, I got my mask here, but the rest of you folks, let me tell you, this stuff is as hard on the varmints as they are on us.
Well, very well, but you'll let me know when you're through.
And then we'll get on to the basement. And you lock that door, too.
Mr. Johnson.
Whoa, hey, I'm spraying in here. I found the nest. You better watch out. Can't you smell that jug toad juice? It's working. Oh, boy, keep out of here.
Fine, I was just checking up on you. Oh.
Well, it's December 25th, after all.
I should thank you for doing all of my legwork, Max. A clever disguise. It suits you. So, tell me, how did you finally figure out where the money was hidden?
Well, it's a real long story. Why don't we talk about it over dinner?
Gallows humor. Is anybody else here?
Servants.
Ah, well, in that case, we'll have to use the silencer. What a shame. I was hoping to take you out with a bang. Don't let me stop you. Put the money in the bag. That's it. Forgive me if I don't entirely trust you, Max. Step aside. Job well done.
We had to grab the stuff up out of here and clear out of here quick before the butler comes back. I mean, you really don't want to have to kill him, too, do you?
How compassionate of you. I don't imagine the police care much about you, but a Saunders employee might be another matter. After you, of course.
Oh, I'd drop that pistol if I were you. See, I got the same dried at your face. Unless you'd care to spend the rest of your life blind.
Perhaps you'd care to spend the rest of your life dead. I don't believe you're threatening me with a can of bug juice. Max!
Good job, Paul. Right on time. Get on up here, you damn net. Get moving. The hell'd you punch him for, Steve? We already had him.
I don't know. I suddenly remembered that he was going to hurt Gabrielle if he needed to, so I hurt him.
Yeah, well, somehow I suspect Love has punched out Andy Hardy. Come on, now we gotta drag him out of here.
Did you find your precious money?
Yes, it's in the bag. Now let's get out of here before the butler comes back and they call the cops.
What about this exterminating stuff in the truck?
Forget it. Let's just get out of here. You first.
Mr. Johnson? Beg pardon, Mr. Johnson. Are you through in the foyer?
To the police station, I take it?
No, let's go to the electronics store.
What, Max, what are you doing now?
Never mind, just go.
Max, you have outdone even yourself on this one.
You got old Spot Johnson sure had that butler's head swimming there.
Yeah, I'd say his head was doing a backstroke about now. Poor guy's gonna lose his job over it.
No, those rich folks never fire their important servants. They got too much dirt on them. Afraid they go off and write a book about the family secrets. So how's old Rolo doing back there? You still asleep?
Yep. Yeah, well, enough fun now. Tell me why we're not taking Rolo right to the police.
Because we are going to the airport where we are going to buy him a ticket to Buenos Aires and we are going to put him on a plane.
Max, you gonna let him get away free?
Of course not. We are going to go and get a full confession on the tape recorder we are going to buy at the electronics shop.
Right, and if he won't?
If he won't, then we make a U-turn to the cops. Now, come on, pull in. There's the shop.
I still can't believe you're gonna let him get away with this.
Well, Sleeping Beauty has awoken. How you doing there, Rolo boy? Huh? How you feeling? Eyes still smarting?
Wait a minute. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand.
Well, it's because my brother knocked you senseless. Now listen up one more time. You give me a full confession and promise to stay away from Gabrielle for the rest of her life, and I'd put you on a plane to Buenos Aires.
Why the hell would you want to set me free now?
Because I got faith in you, Rolo. You lost. I've got all the money. Not Gabrielle. She doesn't want anything to do with it, as a matter of fact. So by tomorrow afternoon, it will be invested in very safe stocks. And so that's the end of the story. Case closed, right?
Right. I suppose in the future I wouldn't have any reason to bother her.
Or me.
Or you. Okay. I agree to your little proposition.
Just want you to know I'm only being so generous because you didn't cause any harm to Gabrielle. Hey, Stevie boy. Old rock and Rolo here has agreed to terms.
Yeah, that's great, Max. Listen, I've been thinking about letting him go.
Hey, forget it. We made a deal. Here, hold this for me.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Okay, Rolo, what I need from you is a statement that this confession is made of your own free will.
Of course. I, Rolo Fernandez...
Ho! Wait till I push the button. Now.
I, Rolo Fernandez, am speaking freely with Max Holden and his brother Steve as my witnesses.
And questioners. Rolo, were you a partner with Dante Medina in his cocaine smuggling operation in Argentina?
Yes, I was.
And
Since 1979.
And you were in on everything Dante did to Don Alonso?
Yes.
What about Gabrielle's grandmother? Did you have anything to do with Carmen's heart attack?
Well, I was there. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe I provoked it, but in any event, I didn't try to help her at the time. And subsequently, when she saw me at the hospital, she suffered the fatal attack. Unfortunately, the poor old woman died.
Why did you come to Landview, Pennsylvania?
Well, I knew that Dante had hidden a sum of money before he died. He used to say that if he ever came up broke, he had buried a rather large nest egg. And one time, he even went so far as to mention a secret code hidden in his pocket watch. It was a kind of private joke. He used to laugh and say, "Time will tell, time will tell."
Very funny. Go on.
I ascertained that Gabrielle didn't know anything about it. I followed her to this country in hopes that she would lead me to the watch, or perhaps inadvertently stumble onto some clue.
Would you have tortured Gabrielle for knowledge if necessary?
Only with great reluctance, if absolutely necessary.
You creep.
Hey, calm down.
He's not going to be punished for this, Max. I can't stand it.
Will you cool down?
I thought pit bulls were illegal.
Nay! We're still on tape, all right? Now, Rolo, isn't it true that you never found the money? As a matter of fact, the pocket watch disappeared completely. No one knows where the money or the watch are. And no one ever will.
Right. The pocket watch and the money have vanished. Never to be found in all likelihood.
There you go.
Hi. Oh, Delilah.
I'm so glad that you could meet me.
I'm surprised you wanted to meet during the dinner hour.
Well, I wouldn't have, except Rafe has been so busy on this Maria Roberts murder case. I don't know when I'm going to see him again. Listen, I really need your opinion on these sketches.
Delilah, do you know anything about it? I mean, have they any idea who might have poisoned Maria?
Well, Rafe said that the story had leaked out. It was going to be on the 11 o'clock news tonight. But they did find some pretty incriminating evidence against Tina.
Tina?
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? I mean, I can't imagine that she could have done that.
Are they positive?
Well, no, they're still questioning her, but they did find the poison in her purse. I mean, why would Tina have dreamed up a scheme like that to kill Maria? I don't know. Anyway, Gabrielle, can we look at these sketches, please?
Delilah, what's going to happen to the baby?
Well, nothing. Even if they broke Tina, well, she'll still get out on bail.
I know, but she'll be swamped with lawyers and courtrooms and all sorts of things.
Gabrielle, she lives at Landfair with Vicky and Clint, and Kim is there, and Cord is there, too.
But a baby so small. He needs his mother.
There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Lee, I have been assessing your proposal. And, frankly, I suspect an ulterior motive.
Elizabeth, look, if I decide to dissolve Dyna Women, which I'm thinking of doing, now, doesn't it make sense that I'd want to help find some of my consultants' other employees?
But why would you simply dissolve a thriving business? Why not sell it? Or could it be that your employees and their methods are so tainted you're afraid if someone starts investigating?
Okay, look, I have told you, Elizabeth. Now, I did use Dyna Women in, all right, slightly unethical ways in the beginning, but that's over.
Slightly?
It is over. We are reputable now.
But you're calling in the favor, nevertheless.
No, I just don't see why a worldwide corporation like Sanders Chemicals wouldn't want some highly intelligent, capable dynamos, huh?
Lee, let me be frank about this. I would always worry that I was hiring moles for the competition. I couldn't trust your dynamos. I'm sorry. But you started this line of thinking. By the way, you started Dyna Women.
Well, I guess I can thank you for at least listening to my proposal.
And thank you, Lee. You're a charming woman, despite... Yes, well...
Oh, I know. You are never going to forget Dyna Women's past, are you?
My dear, individuals as well as countries tend to get in trouble when they ignore history.
Oh.
Excuse me, Mrs. Sanders, you have a phone call from your butler?
Oh, dear. This might mean trouble. Excuse me. Yes, Payson. A hidden panel? And then he disappeared? Why didn't you call the company? Payson, of course, call the police. I'm on my way home anyway.
Well, what was that about?
An exterminator talked himself into my house, claiming that I'd called him, found some sort of secret panel, and then ran off, leaving his equipment behind.
Well, that's bizarre.
Well, obviously, it's some sort of trick to get inside and burglarize the place. I must go at once.
Oh, well, I'm really sorry about that, Elizabeth. I hope nothing was taken. Oh, listen, before you give me that, why don't you put on a celebratory brandy? Thanks.
Most curious thing, madam. The column turns.
No, be careful, Payson. You'll bring the roof down on our heads.
No, it's perfectly safe. I believe it was built this way on purpose. Look.
Good heavens, what's that for?
Oh, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's a secure hiding place.
Your powers of observation boggle the mind. But what does that have to do with our visitor?
I don't know exactly, but he insisted on working in the foyer alone, so he must have been looking for this or whatever was in it.
Then the exterminator's truck and his costume were just an elaborate ruse.
Oh, he was very convincing. was in terrible danger of being destroyed by termites.
Termites?
That's right, madam. According to Mr. Johnson, SWAT Johnson, he called himself.
SWAT Johnson?
Oh, yes, there's a new breed of termite called termites, and they've infested the neighborhood, and letters have been sent out, and, well, we assumed that you'd received one, called the company, and made an appointment.
You believed a man named SWAT talking about a bug called a termite?
Oh, at the time, madam, it made more sense. He was very insistent, most conscientious, so...
So, you've let him into the house, left him alone here in the foyer to steal heaven knows what.
Oh, madam...
Didn't it ever occur to you to call me first to confirm the story?
Well, I didn't want to ruin your dinner by calling you up about termites.
Good evening. My name is Raymond Vasquez.
Rolo Fernandez.
Lieutenant Raymond Vasquez of the International Police. Lieutenant Ramos is very concerned that you do not escape when we reach Buenos Aires. So sit back, relax, enjoy your trip.